Good morning, happy travelers. Welcome back to Kauai, where the weather is always beautiful, except today it's a little bit cloudy. That's okay. Today we're going to be doing a few activities on Kauai that are free or very, very cheap to show you that Kauai doesn't have to be a super expensive island.
It's very expensive.
It's very expensive.
The first activity we're going to be trying is a rum tasting at the Koloa Rum Company. Now, it's not exactly free. You have to make reservations online, and there is a $5 reservation fee for parties of up to 6. But that's it, just $5. And you get to sample a variety of rums. It depends on the day of week as to which rums you'll try. But it's a fantastic activity if you're 21 and over, of course. And we're gonna go taste some delicious rums. And they started off in the gift shop, and I already saw like 4 things I want to buy. Rum. It's good though. It's worth noting that the rum tasting at the Koloa Rum Company is on a plantation site, and they do have lots of other things to do. There's a big fancy restaurant and also a scenic plantation train tour and something called the Kauai Safari, which we heard is basically just a booze cruise where they take you around on a long tour of the property and you get to enjoy a lot of local rum, which sounds super fun, but not free or very, very cheap, so we won't be doing that today. Our second stop today is Kauai Coffee, where the coffee tasting is totally free. No bookings required, no online reservations. I think I found my new coffee mug. So the tasting at the coffee company is more informal. It's basically just free samples, but you can come and pretty much get as many free samples as you want, I think.
So I decided to go for a chocolate macadamia nut roast and their city roast, which is that has the most amount of caffeine. Let's try the caffeine first. It's some very good coffee.
This is the chocolate macadamia nut, right? It's good. This is actually not only Hawaii, but America's largest coffee plantation. They have over 4 million coffee plants. It's a lot of caffeine.
They have a little museum where you can learn about the history of making coffee on this coffee farm, and a little snack counter where you can get bigger cups of coffee and some little sweet treats and things like that. They also have 2 tours that are available, the Coffee on the Brain tour and the Farm tour. Those are $25 and $45 respectively. But if you don't want to do that, they also have a self-guided tour where you can walk around the grounds and learn a little bit more about the history.
Sugarcane used to be Hawaii's biggest import, but all the sugarcane plantations and factories have since closed down. They were just too expensive to operate. And when you think of Hawaii coffee, I bet you think of Kona coffee, but actually this plantation on Kauai is Hawaii's largest plantation, which I did not know until today. The more you know. So this coffee farm, even though very large, is actually pretty sustainable. The sugarcane plantations were actually pretty detrimental to the Hawaiian landscape. Plantation owners would divert a lot of Hawaii's natural stream and water resources to water the sugarcane plants. And actually on Kauai, one of the wettest spots on earth is located here. So what the Kauai coffee farm does is uses that natural water power for hydroelectricity to power the plant, and also they use drip irrigation from that as well to water the plant, so it's a little bit more sustainable. So you may or may not know, but they have wild pigs on the island of Kauai. When we came to the coffee farm, at the entrance there was a sign that said there's a pig and some babies roaming around the area, and to give them some space because we all know how mama animals can be. And I heard a little rustling noise and thought it might be a chicken. Nope, baby pig. So we hightailed it out of there. Not about to get gored by a wild Hawaiian pig on this trip. It's time for lunch, and in the spirit of today's video theme, we're going somewhere that is pretty inexpensive. We found it on a blog that had a list of great places to eat in Kauai. This is called the Tip Top Motel and Cafe. So this place is definitely no frills. It is a very basic little cafe. The prices are really good though. They're from about $6 to about $20 a plate. Depending on how much seafood you have, it's going to be more expensive. We got the Surfer Special. It was $18 and it is definitely enough food for us to split. So at $9 a person, that is pretty good.
Kauai has a ton of beautiful waterfalls to check out, and we are on our way to one of the most popular waterfalls on the entire island.
We're making a quick stop at Wailua Falls. You can drive right up to the top of it, so it's pretty easy to get to. It's on the east side of the island, so not too far from our hotel. That was just a quick stop at Wailua Falls. Now we're gonna head back out. So you might see people hiking down to the base of the falls where people might be swimming. You can physically do that, however, it is prohibited, and there's lots of signs that tell you that, and it is against Hawaiian laws.
It's also a really sketchy hike down there. A lot of people have fallen.
Yeah, we always recommend that you follow the local laws and rules, and since the relationship between tourists and Hawaiians is a little bit tense, we don't recommend doing that hike. We do have another waterfall hike that is legal in mind for today. However, it has just started to rain, so we might head back to our hotel and reassess. It started raining pretty good, and we had wanted to hike to a waterfall called Ho'opi'i. Sorry if I butchered that name. But the hike was already supposed to be a little bit treacherous and a little bit muddy, but then it started raining, so we decided that maybe we'll save it for next time because we're definitely coming back to Kauai. This was our first time really exploring the island, and I think we're both pretty charmed by it. Highly recommend, 10 out of 10. But we hoped you enjoyed our free or cheap activities to do on Kauai, and if you have any ideas of what we should add to this list, let us know in the comments, and make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe because you're all the way at the end. That means you like us, right? Until next time, this is Kelly from the Awkward Tourists. Peace out. The first activity we're going to be doing is a rum tasting at Koloa. What's it called? First thing we're going to be doing is a Koloa Rum tasting.
Yeah. Plus the free coffee.
But we got a surfer plate lunch special. Surfer picnic special.